Brand new LCP.
Yes, sir. It's your man John A. Show. This right here is a special bonus episode entitled Swiping to Death. Now, as you guys know, summertime is here. Now, when summertime comes up outside, that means people wear less clothes. People start going out more at the clubs, the kickbacks, events, outdoors. Y'all know what they say on the IG, on social media. They say, I'm outside. Now, when you go outside, you know, summertime, people love finding love. The summertime fling, the summertime bae. But you got to be careful because during the summertime, sometimes you may look for your Mr. Right. And what you may get is a devil in disguise. So this episode right here, we're going to focus on dating apps, Tinder, Hinge, Instagram, because Instagram counts as a dating app. Because I want you guys to be safe, be mindful, and just don't put yourself in a situation to where your Mr. Right might end up being the last person you see before you take your last breath. Boo. So this special bonus edition episode, again, entitled Swiping to Death, we're going to have a conversation with my girl, lawyer from New Orleans. You know, one of my favorite guests. I know a lot of you guys' favorite guest, D1. She's stopping by the podcast this episode. Yes, sir. And as always, man, you guys out there, man, who stay showing love, stay showing support the podcast, repost the podcast. Because when you guys repost the podcast, that takes a lot of like the outside work away from me. Because I can focus on continuing to create good content, good episodes, and keep having real conversations on real topics. So you guys out there who stay showing love, stay showing support, stay reposting the podcast. Again, you guys want to contribute financially. My Cash App is $NYC Story 718. But continue to share the podcast with your friends, your family, and just continue to show love, man. Now, before I get my girl D1 on the phone, I want to play you guys a story. This is a dating app story of a woman who met a guy on a dating app. Now, come to find out, the guy she met on the dating app, he had previously killed a woman he met on an app and assaulted a couple others that he met on the same dating app. And sadly, she had to experience a lot of the terror that this man had inside. Now, this clip is from Good Morning America.
Story from a woman who says she dated a self-proclaimed serial killer. The man accused of using dating sites to prey on and attack women. Now one is coming forward saying she narrowly avoided the same fate. Ariel Reshef is here with that story. Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning to you, Robin. Zanea Barney says she thought she had met her dream guy on a dating app until their relationship took a very dark and violent turn. Now she's speaking out to warn others, saying her story could happen to anyone looking for love online. As authorities look into that man's claims, he's killed several women.
I relive it every day, you know.
It was the romance sparked on a dating app, Zanea Barney says turned into a horrifying near-death experience. The 26-year-old mom speaking out to ABC News about her tumultuous relationship with 27-year-old Daniel Drayton, the man now suspected of killing a woman and sexually assaulting at least 2 others, all of whom he allegedly met online.
I felt guilty in the beginning because I kept feeling like, how can I not see the signs?
Barney says the relationship started out promising.
You said he almost seemed like the dream guy.
We talked about everything. He started to become my best friend in so little time.
But months later, a red flag as she intercepted a phone call from another woman.
And I said, no, you should have been honest with me. I shouldn't have to find out like this.
She broke it off. She claims Drayton persisted, sleeping outside her home, buying her gifts, begging for her forgiveness. Until last month, when he told her he was heading to California. She agreed to meet him, and he asked her to drive to a nearby park.
He was like, so you really don't see us getting back together? I was like, no. And that's when he just looked at me in the car and then jumped across, had both of his knees on top of my knees while my seatbelt was still on, and my car was, he somehow pushed my gear into park. And I'm sitting here, he got took 2 of his hands, stuck his whole thumb in my throat, and that's why I still have the mark to this day. He kept his thumb there and was like, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you, I'm gonna kill you.
At some point, did you think this is it?
When he was choking me, I can't even describe the feeling. That's when I kept feeling like this is it.
3 workmen in the park noticing Barney was in distress.
The guys that came to the scene, they called the police. If those 3 men didn't appear, I wouldn't be here.
Drayton was eventually arrested for attempted strangulation and slashing Barney's tires, but a judge later granted his release. Weeks later, Drayton, a fugitive, wanted by the NYPD for the murder of 29-year-old nurse Samantha Stewart and the rape of a 23-year-old woman. A fugitive task force and Los Angeles police eventually arresting him last week in a North Hollywood hotel, where they say he had raped and attempted to kill a woman he was holding hostage. He pleaded not guilty to those charges. After his arrest, Drayton claimed he had committed as many as 7 murders, though authorities have not been able to verify the crimes ever occurred.
Has this changed your outlook on those online dating apps?
Completely. I deleted every single one, and it's just so scary because you just never know who somebody is at all.
And ABC News has learned Drayton was convicted in the past of 5 felonies in Connecticut, including harassment and strangulation. Now a lot of people are wondering why a judge allowed his release after that assault on Nevaeh Barney. Well, the Nassau County Court tells ABC News there was no way the judge could have known, and the judge didn't know there was an out-of-state criminal history. Authorities say that once he's extradited here to New York, he will face murder charges, guys.
Oh, my gosh. And I got to tell you, the advice that you gave yesterday, those suggestions about what to do, because a lot of people are on these apps, I heard from a lot of people that were very thankful about that.
Well, I'm glad.
I want to boo that nigga off the gym. Now, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to get my girl D-Wine on the phone, and we're going to take a deep dive into this shit, man. Now, you know, hopefully, I think she's single, too, and she had recently contemplated going on a dating app to kind of find love. So I'm going to try and see if she got some dating tips for you guys, for the ladies out there, and things that you can do to protect yourself, to be mindful while looking for love. Because I understand looking for love can be a great thing. Looking for love can be something that's amazing. But you don't want to look for love and be so desperate that you mistakenly walk yourself into a toxic situation simply to have a man. That's not what you want. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back. I'm going to get my girl D-Wine on the phone. We're going to have a little fun, man. How you doing? How you doing? You doing good today?
Hey. I'm surviving.
Now, this episode right here, now, I'm going to try my best to be serious because we're talking about dating apps and things that women can do to kind of protect themselves this summer. Because, you know, summertime, that's when everybody want they bae. They miss the right. They claim they outside. And sometimes when you be outside and you meet different men and women, you know, sometimes it has the potential to be dangerous. So what do you think about dating apps? Let's start there. Like, what's your opinion on, like, is it good? Is it bad? Or do you think dating apps should be avoided?
I think dating apps are, I don't think they're neither good nor bad. And I know it's like, come on, bro, give me an answer. But I think that they can be good if a person is intentional about what they're doing and like have their strict red flags, I guess you can say, to be able to like weed out those who just want to quote unquote, I don't want to use vulgar language, but who want to just get it in.
I mean, somebody who just want to smash. Let's say smash.
Yeah, but it is also, to me, well, I don't condone it, but it's okay if that's what you're seeking, if that's what you're looking for, but you have to be real with yourself about what you want, and just know that you're violating yourself when you settle for anything outside of that. So if you want to get on there just to screw people, cool. If you want to get on there to find a potential mate, cool. If you just want somebody to go and hang out with, cool. But I think everybody needs to be honest and clear about. You
mean both parties, right? Both parties, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, if you go on an app, like let's say for example, there's a woman going on it, and now she wants to find a potential mate. So like, how does she start by knowing like how to decipher like the real shit from the bullshit? Because on those apps, you don't know like sometimes what you're getting into, because everybody's bio might be a certain kind of way to where it may sound sweet, it may sound all, you know, uppity and just extra and as if it's true. But how do you go about deciphering like what's true and what's not? That's the tough part to me. It's tough.
Well, it's tough, but we can talk about it because literally everybody is different, right? We can sit here and like give you game on what you should and shouldn't do, but let's be honest, like a lot of us don't follow like our intuition. Like I'm not even about to get on like deep spiritual stuff, but like generally speaking, whether you're an atheist or not, like like deep down inside where something is just like screaming no, like don't do it, like stop, and then they would still test it out. Let me see if it's hot. Let me see if it's gonna burn you, and then you get burned, and then it's like, you blame the world for your problems. So to me, the first thing is to like check your gut. Like, what is it saying? Now, if your gut told you no, don't do that, like nah, and you still want to do it, like you can't blame the app or the person because your instincts told you no, right? And so I feel like also people are just really desperate for love, and I ain't here to talk about nobody because I desire love too, but I also know that I can't just settle for any old thing. I've done that before in the past. It didn't turn out too great for me. So it's just like, I'm gonna have to thug it out. So it's really sad that so many of us, like we do some crazy things in the name of love, just like you were sharing with me, the woman who killed her kids, to be with a man, or, you familiar with the story? Yeah, you familiar with the story, the lady who kidnapped that girl years ago and raised her as her child, and then she finally confessed that she actually kidnapped her from the hospital.
Oh yeah, I seen that on the story. Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy.
Come to find out, like I didn't know that she did that for her boyfriend who was in jail. Like she thought by taking this baby, she could make this person happy. And I think a lot of us haven't learned to, show ourselves some love and like really know who we are, and we're just like jumping in a situation for somebody else to fill us up when that's not going to always satisfy you. And so a lot of us, again, I've said this before, we got to really, really take a deep look in the mirror at ourselves and examine like, okay, why am I doing this? And it's okay. And like, what I'm saying is it's not okay, but it's okay if you recognize what you're doing isn't healthy, but just know that there's consequences to everything.
I mean, but now when you say that, the consequences part, that's the part that people kind of shy away from, because people like, especially now when you factor in social media, people think that you can just do A, B, C, D, and E, and that when consequences come along, then you kind of remove yourself from taking accountability from the fact that your actions oftentimes did not lead to those consequences.
Well, you got music too, they just want to get drunk and get high. And, when you're drunk and you're high, and I can admit it, I've been cross-faded before. I've been under alcohol and weed, and I know what it does to you. You just let go of all things that would tell you, like, this is a dumbass decision. You shouldn't be doing this. And, and you do it anyway. So it's like they'll get drunk. And they'll get high, and they'll just wave all common sense out the window. And then the next day come, now you're in your feelings. Well, you knew, but you wanted that quick hit of pleasure. And then with pleasure comes a whole lot of pain, baby.
You ain't lying.
Just be real. Like, people need to be more real with themselves.
Okay, now
I'm over it.
Now, speaking of being real, now I think I sent you a text the other day. Well, I got a DM on Instagram, and this girl said, she wanted some dating advice. And she said she's in a toxic relationship, but they are continuing to work on it. Yeah, she said, no, my boyfriend has bipolar, multiple personality, depression, anxiety, and also he suffers from narcissism. It's hard sometimes.
Does she listen to your podcast? Like, is she going to hear me speak?
Yeah, she is. No, she said it's hard sometimes, but when he's going, his good side is great. And I'm like, everything you just said is a flaw. Like, to me, after you say that, I don't give a fuck what his good side is. Like, those flaws are just, it's not minimal flaws for me. Like, when you're dealing with somebody who has that amount of serious flaws, I don't give a fuck what his good side is, because his good side don't make up for all the flaws that you just said.
So, I got to keep, of course, I'm going to keep this person's name confidential, but nobody knows me.
Yeah. Don't drop no names. Don't name drop.
Definitely not dropping names, but, let's say, I do have a client who is a victim of domestic abuse. And so she was in a relationship with somebody who has, a high status. She's pretty well off herself. She's a teacher, single person. So I feel like that's decent. She's not like a little... Okay, let me not talk about these children, but she got something going for her.
Okay, so
right?
yeah.
So she was in and out of this toxic relationship with this man for 4 years, where he's verbally abused her. He has put his hands on her. He's black in her eye.
Do they have kids?
He had.
Or they have no kids?
No kids. No
Okay,
kids,
okay.
even though they try to have kids. But she was like, before we get a baby in this world, we need to get some counseling and therapy.
Yeah,
now,
you gotta
mind you,
stop
this
beating my
person
ass.
But the thing is, this man clearly is a psychopath. Like he pops pills, he takes Xanax, you can overdose on weed, but you can take too much weed to where you hallucinate.
Yeah.
He's doing that Adderall, Xanax, putting his hands on you, then flipping back and say, "Oh, baby, I'm sorry. I give you $10,000. I give you $50,000. Just take me back."
Using
Forgive
money.
me. And
Okay, he one of those guys.
Using money, right? And like she's not a basic broad, right? But still, you know what kept her?
What?
The sex was good.
I mean, and that's the boo. I'm gonna boo. We gonna boo. Hold on,
No.
because that's the part I hate.
No.
But I'm gonna let you finish.
No,
I'm gonna let you finish.
But no, okay. I don't think you should boo her. What I feel like the common theme is, you find that, this person is sexing me up good. They make me feel good. They can buy me things. They have this potential to be such a great person.
But is that worth getting your ass beat?
And again, that's what I was heading to. But they're toxic. They don't bring you peace. I mean, this dude checking her location, seeing what she had, is not believing her when she's showing her clear signs like, "Hey, babe, daddy, I'm here. I'm there." I'm like, he has her location and still, you know what I'm saying? So and she's seen the red flags, but she was like, "But I love you." No, but even didn't you talk about it yourself? Like, you wasn't in a good space, right? And like you were in a relationship that you knew but you was man enough to say, "You know what? Let me go work on myself."
Yeah, it was me. In the past, it was me. 100%, 1,000%. It was me. It wasn't nobody else. It wasn't her. Like in the past, when I wasn't in the best place, like everything, it came back to me. And like you said, but I had to take a step back and realize that what I was doing wasn't healthy. But see, a lot of people don't do that. But
see, John. So my point is to this female who's talking about she's in a toxic relationship. My love, you need to get the hell up out of it, because until he gets himself together to where he's more stable, if he ever becomes stable, because it's going to turn into abuse. Because a little shove or a little click it out then turns into, "I'm going to smack the shit out you. I'm going to choke you up. I'm going to bust you." My client, she ended up getting stitches out in her face. He pulled her hair out. And mind you, months before that, he blacked her eyes. So what more do you need to see?
How old is she? What's her age?
Out?
Is she young? Is she
29?
Oh, yeah, she should. I'm gonna let it go. Okay.
But you see, I mean, again, even here in New Orleans, this grown ass woman was dealing with a 32-year-old. Look, he's a man, but a little boy to me, where he has been abusive, and then all of a sudden you gun this woman down in broad daylight. You didn't beat her. She didn't file restraining orders. How much crazy do you need to see before you leave? Like, if you want to, you want sex so bad, go please yourself. Like, because that's what it is. That, if you really, really think about it. Like, why else are they staying? And it's familiar. Oh, it's familiar. No, love, get out. And like I tell people any day, like, you can either be cute or see something very, like, something is going to shake you up, and you don't want it to get that bad to where it's trauma. You in the hospital. So, baby, she just need to go. Ain't no talking. Like, get the hell out of it. If you continue to stay in it and this man hurts you, look, that's on you.
She gonna end up dead. Like, I mean, to be honest,
real.
if she don't leave. Because, like I said, like, and the thing that you just said, like I constantly say this, that at the first sign of a red flag, it's time to go. Like, if you see red flags, like, don't just sit there and say, maybe it's me, maybe I did something to cause that. No, it's time to go, because when you stay, like, you letting him know that it's okay. So then, as time goes on, the months goes by, the years goes by, the fact that you're sitting there and you're accepting everything that he's doing, then he thinks it's okay. And now everything that he does, it now elevates to, it gets more and more. And ultimately, sometimes it may end up in you in the hospital or you tragically 6 feet under. And that's what I don't want.
Right, because it's a difference between, okay, and let me just say this, and if my phone hangs up, it's because I have these little AirPods in, and I made them. You know how you, like, try to fix it and it hangs up? So I hope it don't do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so, okay, it's the difference between, like, somebody having a heated argument, like an isolated incident, and then you guys have a healthy communication.
Of course, couples argue. That's natural.
But a repeated repeat it like several times a month. Like, if you have no peace, if you're walking on eggshells, like you might need to reconsider something. I mean, if you don't trust this person, you might need to reconsider.
I mean, because on Instagram, it's this girl I follow, and she always says that, I love toxic arguments because the makeup sex is even better. And I be reading that shit like, oh my God, like, it's a girl. But the fact is that I think she's in her early 40s, and I be reading this shit like, it's no way, bro. You in your early 40s and you still enjoy a toxic, hostile argument or relationship because it makes the makeup sex better. Like, come on, bro.
And even going back to my client, I'm reading through these text messages, and it's like, dude, you just confessed to doing these things to me, and you want to make up by essentially, quote unquote, dicking me down. Like, what? Yeah. Like, but people are okay with that because, again, if you truly think about it, sex is like a drug. It releases endorphins or something like that. No different than, I guess, when people take certain drugs, right? It gives you a certain high, a sense of euphoria. But guess what? That high eventually comes down, right? And eventually, and if you're giving yourself to somebody who is toxic and they have like this negative energy, it's going to attach to you. And after you come down off of it, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel like shit, and it's just going to be the same old vicious cycle.
I mean, you're right. You're right. But when it comes to sex, like, have you ever sat back and said, you know what? Oh, I can't wait to end up in the ICU because I want that dick. Like, have you ever said that to yourself?
No.
See, so like I've been trying to understand. I know everyone is different, but I've been trying to understand like the mindset to like, how can you even get to that point to where you just accept being treated like shit over and over and over because the dick is good.
I truly believe that some people just walk with a dark cloud and they just don't like people have on blinders, and I've been in a season of my life where I didn't see me. Right. And so being on the other side of that, I can minister to somebody else like, but you can even us having this conversation, John, they're going to have people who listen to this. Some people are like, you know what? You're right. Some people going to feel offended and going to continue going about their pattern.
You're right.
And some people going to catch it later. And so I think the point of this conversation is at least plant the seed in their mind. Yeah. And eventually the light bulb will come on because some people just, and some people, and the truth hurt, and some people not ready to receive it. No different than like people who want to be a millionaire or whatever. Baby, how you going to be a millionaire if you can't manage $30,000? You know what I'm saying? It's like but for real, like,
No, you're right. You're right.
These things that they're asking for are some people just not ready to change. They're just not ready to change, and so why keep pouring your energy into something that's not ready to change?
100%. Now, when it comes to dating apps, now, have you ever used a dating app? And if so, like, what was your worst experience on a dating app?
Oh, sorry, I don't have any juicy details, but
I know you got something crazy.
No, I don't have anything crazy actually, but I'll give you a little something, and you decide what you want to do, use with that. Yeah. But so April of 2020, so that's right when COVID started. I was in St. Louis for like a month, and so the people I was with, I was bored, and it was like, you should just get on a dating app or whatever and just check it out. Just you never know, you might meet somebody.
Just kind of browse around a little bit.
Yeah. So again, let's kind of go back to what we talked about in the beginning. You have to know what you want and what you're looking for. At this point in my life, I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know what I was looking for, baby. I didn't even know who I was. So I'm just like, whatever shit, I'm gonna download it. So I downloaded, I think.
Was it Tinder?
Probably what's the really ratchet one? I think like Plenty of Fish or something.
That's the one that be on Catfish. It's about Plenty of Fish.
Oh,
POF.
Yeah,
okay,
that was
I'm listening.
So annoying. Okay. Oh my god. And because I think it was mainly like, let's link up to do whatever, and I'm like, this shit is like, and too many people was interested in you. You're just like, ew, all of y'all are girls. Like, what am I doing?
So you got on the app and you met a chocolate bae. Hold on, what happened? I gotta know. You ain't meet nobody on the app?
No, like somebody wanted to meet up and go like have drinks, but I just wasn't comfortable with any of that stuff because it was cold with it.
To meet up where? Like outside or like at your place?
No, because I wasn't at my place. I was at somebody else's house.
Okay.
Like somewhere out in the city.
Mm-hmm.
But I just decided I wasn't ready for any of that. So then I tried it again. So I went to Puerto Rico for my birthday, and I was with nothing but three gay men. And I was just crying about like me being single and this, that, and it was like, well, baby, you need to put yourself out there, like you ain't gonna find no man hanging out with us, but we gay.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, you need to create like a Tinder profile. And somebody else told me to create a Tinder profile. And I did it. And then I'm just like, I'm just not interested in it. It's just, I'm not there yet. Maybe it's 6 more months. I don't know. I give myself 6 more months to try it again.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not for me. I'd rather meet somebody in person and catch their energy.
Yeah,
than,
100%. As opposed to over an app. Because like going back to the only time I ever used the dating app, let me see, it was when I first got to Georgia in 2011. I moved to Georgia by myself. I had no family, no friends, no nothing. So a friend that I met told me to download. I forgot what app it was back then because I think that this was back before Tinder and shit. I downloaded the app and I met a girl, on the app who was staying in the same city. But I think within the first 3 hours I met her, she kept asking, hey, can I come over? Can I come over? Can I come over? And I'm like, and now, I'd be open about dealing with social anxiety. So I didn't feel comfortable because I just met her 2 hours and she was like begging. Oh, John, can I come over? Yeah. I'm free tonight. You live by yourself. And I'm like, it found sketchy. It sounded sketchy as if she was up to like something, like just maybe some slick shit. So after that, the next morning I woke up, I took the app off the phone and I never downloaded a dating app again. I just felt unsafe. That's the only word I can use. I felt unsafe.
But I've heard success stories. So
100%. 100%. More oftentimes than not, it's more failures than it is success stories on those dating apps.
Yeah. Maybe I have to give it a try if I'm still single.
But you told me, you told me that your friend said that the app, what was it called? Unhinged. You said something.
Hinge.
It's Hinge. It's Hinge.
Yeah, so I was, I gotta kind of be mindful of what I say about this situation. But let's just say I was talking to a friend, and so she was telling me that Hinge is an app you can download to meet somebody because it's
I got it pulled up.
Deleted,
okay.
apparently.
Yeah, that's what it says on here. Hold on.
People. She said like she had some friends who literally like met and they were a perfect match and they deleted the app and they were doing well. And I was like, okay.
Are they still together?
I don't know. I ain't asked all that. I don't know now. I mean, this was like in early May when I talked to her about it. So
it says, we quickly learn your type. You'll only be introduced to people who are best for you. We give you a sense of someone's personality. You get to know potential dates throughout their unique answers, personal information like religion, height, politics. This app is for people who want to get off of dating apps, and it's working. that might be the app for you. Like y'all know how these companies they put the happy shit in the bio. This app might be for you, right?
I might have to give it a try at this stage.
We gonna see how it go, but like I said, just like my only concern with everybody, men and women, is that people are safe on these dating apps. Because before you came on, I played the clip of a woman, who met a guy on a dating app. I think it was Tinder, and she met him. Everything was going great, but eventually she decided to break it off, and then come to find out. In the past, he had met another woman on a dating app. He killed her. He had abused 2 others, and he tried to kill her. But, thankfully, she was able to get away. And that's why I say it's tough. These dating apps, they be tough, man.
You bother me. Let me tell you why you bother me. You really, you're like, oh, shit. I think you really be finding the most extreme examples.
Of course, because those matter. Like, y'all know, like I always got to go far right because everything not always cookie cutter. Everything not always Disney Channel. Sometimes you might get the motherfucker who just going, like, really try to kill you in your sleep. And that's the people.
Okay, so here, sidebar. what? Okay, so since you have so much, what does it take for a woman to come to your place? Because it's like, everybody, I don't trust.
No,
inherently.
It's never everybody. Because you're right. The fact that I do have social anxiety, it kind of makes me hesitant, or it kind of makes me be, more patient when it comes to actually letting somebody come over to my place. Because I have a son, and my son is here often. This is not even with just women. This is with males too. Like, I'll be mindful of who I allow around my son, because like the place, the place where you sleep, the place where you lay your head, like, to me, that's like your castle. No, I'm being 100%. And one thing you don't want to do as a man or a woman is potentially allow someone who may not have your best interest to come into your castle, because if things fall left, you guys don't work out. Now this person, they know where you live at, and that's the dangerous part. And I understand that too. Sometimes I might be, even more dismissive than I should be. I know I have potentially ruined situations that might have been amazing, or friendships that might have been the greatest friendships in the world. And that's something I'm trying to work on.
Yeah, because I think it's like risk. You have to, and at the end of the day, you have to take a risk.
You're right. But my fear is taking that risk, and then that risk leads down a certain path that I can't you can't control. No, but see, the thing is, you cannot control every freaking step of the way. You're not in control, no matter 100%. How safe you coach
are.
Coach me.
I'm serious.
No, me. I'm serious too. Help me out.
You can kill yourself almost like. Okay, I'm gonna bring you to church, but not bring you to church at the same time.
No, take me to church. Take me to church.
Brand new LCP.
Okay, so Bishop Bronner, actually, he's a pastor out there in Georgia. He said something along the lines like, people want to play it safe so much to where you can be outside of God's will, thinking like, oh, if I just stay at home, I can stay at home all day. I'm safe here. I'm gonna do this and do that, and God could put it on your heart to go somewhere, but because you in so much fear, you're like, no, I ain't going out, because if I go out, somebody can harm me, and then a damn tree can fall on your house, or something can fall on your head, and something can happen. And so even with these dating apps, even with just like everyday life, you cannot control you can control some things, but some things are inevitable, and just some things is just outside of your control. You can have everything perfect on your card. And I don't want to use that example because that's scary, but literally, you can be doing everything right, and you can easily be caught up into something and be completely blindsided, right? Or everything can go well, even with dating apps. I mean, again, use discernment. Like I think you said, do practical things. Like maybe like run a little background check, do some research.
100%.
Cool. But if you do all those things and that person presents to be, a good person in all regards, and then just so happen something crazy comes, but you did your due diligence, you can't beat yourself up for that. You cannot penalize everybody else. You're right. 100%.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just not fair to, I don't know, like my mom is so like, oh, Devon, you got your gun on you? You got your gun? I'm like, dude, like, I can bring my gun on me, but at the same time, I can have my gun on me, and I can't pull the trigger fast enough.
And something can still happen. Yeah. Because even if you look at what happened in Buffalo at the supermarket, I'm sure those were some great citizens just going to buy some fucking apples, and they caught a bullet to the back of the head.
What do you think harmful about going to get some groceries? Like,
nothing at all. Nothing at all. Yeah. No, but I'm saying, but going back to your mom, it's like you can't knock your mom for trying to tell you to be more safe. Now, she's not saying that you bringing the gun is going to 100% make sure that you get home safely, but
in her mind, it does, so.
I don't know if it's 100% because you're right. Nothing in life is 100%. I seen a story a couple weeks ago. Girl in the house sleep. She died. She caught a bullet from the fucking upstairs apartment and she died. So you don't know, but 100%. But
even with love, even with you talking about love, and things don't work out, and I'm like, dog, a relationship didn't work out for you in the past, but are you like, oh, baby mama can't come in because we didn't work out? You don't know, that chick can change on you and flip in a second. You would have no control over it. It's like, nah, she's mature, You don't know that. She might all of a sudden have some thoughts and just become enraged.
Yeah, and stab me in my sleep. You never know, man.
She could. So it's like you take a chance no matter what. A person can love you and have all good intentions. They sweet talk you, and it could work out fine, and then they can flip.
Okay. Hold on. So now to end it, do you think that that everyone should be given a chance, or should it be selective based on certain factors that the person may present to you?
I think you should just use your wisdom, use discernment, and I think that's the best thing.
I mean, but you know, sometimes when somebody is desperate, sometimes the wisdom might get left in the dark. Like, because when you desperate looking for love, or you desperate, like sometimes you just ignore.
About something violent? Or you violent?
No, I'm not talking about I'm just talking about just in general, like being taken advantage of. I'm not talking about violence or being killed or being raped. I'm just talking about somebody who may not have the best intentions. Like, for example, if there's a woman who just may want to find a good guy, but there may be a guy who may lie just so he could fuck and just never talk to you again. I'm not talking about everything. Right. Everything don't got to be just death. Okay. So yeah, I'm not going far left for everything now. You know,
I mean, sometimes I feel like you are, but okay. So can you represent the question to me so I can better answer it?
Okay, so for example, there's a woman out here. She's 30 years old. She want to find love. She want to find a guy who she can potentially settle down with. So, do you think
you talking about me?
No, you. Oh, you 30? Yeah, it might include you. Okay. Okay, so no, it might include you too. So okay, so someone like that who wants to find love, like a long-term love. So do you think that everybody on the dating app, one person who might be interested in this girl or woman, do you think that she should give everyone a chance, or should she be selective based on what those individuals might present to her to make them stand out from the rest?
I think the woman needs to know what is her absolute no's, like, non-negotiables, right? Because, somebody can, like, for example, like, let's say if I don't want anybody who has kids, right? And even though, so let's say, I don't want to do, because, if you got 2 or more kids, right? And then you meet a guy online and they have 5 kids, but he's a great guy. You know what I'm saying? He meets all those other marks, but this is your hard no. You gotta say no, but you gotta be secure enough in what you want, right? And don't settle. And so I think truly, like when I say make a list, not like, oh, he gotta be dark skinned.
He gotta be 6'6", big dick, chocolate man. Okay.
No, it's so.
That's probably your list. That's probably the kind of list you make. 6'6", chocolate man, big dick,
12 inches. You stupid boy. But let's say, I'm sorry if I'm taking too long, but say, for example, if you love to travel, right? And traveling is your thing, and you meet a dude who don't like traveling. If you're gonna want to go about, you're gonna want to treat your man to nice getaways, and he's not down, that may not be the one you might want to settle with, because you're gonna resent him.
But see, based on that scenario, so if you meet a guy who don't like to travel, but everything else about him stands out. He's amazing. He's loving. He take care of you. He's very compassionate. But the one flaw you could find is that he don't like to travel. So she should leave him. It's certain things that play a part.
Okay, so now I agree with what you're saying. No, she shouldn't just mark him off the list, but she has to prepare herself. She can't then get mad.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Take a trip. So just get prepared for her taking trips with other people, right? And the dude can't get mad either, because this is what you signed up for. That's why I'm like, you have to. And again, traveling can be somebody's real life non-negotiable, like an extremist, of course. So again, you have to know what you want, what you're willing to bend on. You know what I'm saying? And I think go from there. I think that will minimize the list. All right. So yeah.
Hold on. We got to get you a hand clap, man. Nah, see, because when you came on, I wasn't expecting all this grown New Orleans knowledge. I wasn't expecting this. But and you even took the time to let me know, look, John, it's things that you're doing wrong. You may be cutting out some of your blessings by sitting your ass and not being as open. You're 100% right. So, like I said, I wanted you on here to kind of enlighten the woman, but you took some time to enlighten me too. And, that's appreciated, because you're right. like it's things in my past that kind of made me more hesitant. Well, probably more than I should be. So I'm going to take what you said. I'm going to try and use that as a way to better myself and be more open. And, I hope that it's things that you said on here, things that we both said to help encourage women to be more patient, make good decisions, and just be safe in general. Because summertime, I know you feel the heat. It's getting hot. When it get hot, people wear less clothes. Like during less clothes, people try to fuck. They're trying to get their bae. And you want to be safe when you're doing it.
Yeah, I just wish people can look beyond big booty, big titties.
I mean, but it's tough. But it's tough because, as a man, if I'm walking outside and the only thing I see is ass and titties, so it's like that's what I see off of first glance. And if that's what you see off of first glance, that's like candy. So now, if I'm approaching you based off of the candy I see, and now I talk to you, and now you're trying to give me broccoli. Oh yeah, I want to know. I want to get inside your mind. Stop looking at my titties. And I'm like, but that's what I see. That's what you present to me.
But also, again, there are some people, and I'm not judging. If that's not what you want, if you just want to, as they say, get your dick wet or get your ass wet, and if that's what you want, just know that that's all you're going to get. Cool. Know that. Don't expect nothing more.
Yeah.
But if you are desiring something serious, you're going to have to deny your flesh. You're going to have to make some sacrifices so you can get the thing you want, because you're going to be blowing off those good catches because you're occupying your space with somebody who shouldn't be in your space. Instead of working on bettering yourself, healing yourself, loving, you know what I'm saying? Like, you messing it all up, bro. Anyway, but you get the point.
Hey, but do you think that women out there who are looking for love this summer, that they should present themselves in a better way as opposed to just walking outside with their ass and their tits out? Because sometimes the way you present yourself, that is oftentimes the person you attract unintentionally, but it happens though.
So I think for me, I'm sorry. I feel like we always do this, but you can blame it on me. Say it's my fault. Okay. For things being too long. But, okay. I got to give you a little story real quick.
No, be honest. Let me know.
So when I was 11, 12, I remember sometimes, I'll wear some skirts and maybe a tank top or something. My boobs used to always be too big. They're not big now, but I used to have big boobs. And men used to always look at me with
That's what they seen. That's what they seen at first glance.
And I was and so that made me insecure because I didn't want a grown. That never turned me on. Older people looking at me. I always felt weirded out. Some girls like that attention, right? But it made me not dress as cute or dress as sexy because I didn't want people.
So you was hiding yourself. You was wearing turtlenecks and big sweaters and shit. You was hiding your breasts as a way to.
I'm gonna pop you in your head.
No, because it happens. Girls wear turtlenecks and big sweaters.
Basketball, wearing tomboyish, right? Because I'm I don't want you looking at me. I'm uncomfortable, right? And so I didn't dress sexy, because I didn't want that. And so over time, I found there's a way you can present yourself. You can still look good, and show some of your features without it being.
Of course, yeah. You can still look sexy without your nipples just being out.
But even with that being said, I wouldn't take a dude if a dude saw me outside with my a little bit of my booty cheeks hanging out, and you see some cleavage and you hollering at me, I'm probably not going to entertain you because you're looking at my body. You haven't even talked to me to see if I'm even interesting, if I came to hold a conversation. You don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at my body. So, and not to say I'm even dressed like this then, I'm dressed like this probably because it's hot. Not to say, ooh, I'm trying to get me. But some women dress like that to get attention. If I'm dressed like that, baby, it ain't to get attention. It's for me because I want to feel cute. I want to look cute. It ain't for you. I'm not trying to attract that. You know what I'm saying? So that's me. But other women, they are. They want niggas to pay their bills because their body look good. So they invest in their body to get money. I don't want that. That's toxic. You can't buy me like that. So that's just my little 2 cents. Hey, to each his own. You wanna embrace your inner femininity by showing your nipples and all that. Go right ahead, love. Go right ahead, but don't be.
100%, man. But like I said, man, like I really appreciate you for stopping by. Like every time I plan to call you, I'll be like, you know what? The conversation gonna be like 15 minutes, and we always hit 40, 45. No, which is great. No, because the longer the conversation, the more information that we give out to the people, and it's always good sometimes, to kind of have these adult, mature conversations. So I really appreciate you for stopping by, for dropping your insight. One more time, we're gonna clap it up, man.
It was fun. It was fun. It was a pleasure as always. I just hope that, people don't go against themselves. They don't sin against themselves. That's it.
I mean, I hope so too. But as you know, summer just starting. So by the time we get to August, we're going to know what's going on this summer. But I appreciate you for stopping by as always, man. One more time for my girl, D1. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed that conversation. As always, I want you guys to reshare, repost, just let your friends know that on the Lunchroom Chatter Podcast, we having these kind of conversations over here. We having these grown, these mature, these entertaining, these insightful conversations that you guys need. So you guys out there who stay tuned in to that
Brand new LCP.
I love you guys, man. As always, stay tuned in. Bonus episodes come out exclusively on Apple Podcasts via Lunchroom Plus. So you guys can go over there for bonus episodes, bonus content. As you guys know, man, it's your man John A. Shows. This is that
Brand new LCP.
We out this bitch.